Some very strong winds, so make sure you are in the central part of your house and away from windows. This warning goes until 8:30 this evening. You can see why. This is a really healthy storm, a lot of lightning, torrential rain, and even some hail. What we saw this morning from a meteorologist's perspective is borderline haunting, okay? When you look at the radar here, you expect this to be rain. That's actually the smoke plume that was coming out of the fire in Gatlinburg. There's your shelf cloud right there. You see it pushing through the trees right here, bustling a little bit, and then comes the downpour. Flash flood warning in effect for parts of Johnson, Carter, and Washington counties in northeast Tennessee. That's going to go until 7:30 this evening. Notice some of the heavier bands in the darker purple along 11W from Churchill to Kingston.
The Storm Track 5 weather team alerting you to severe weather danger.
School closings and delays running at the bottom of your screen due to some of the flooding that we've seen in the area, probably some of the more significant flooding that we've seen in quite some time. My concern moving forward, though, is that even when the weather's calm, there's still going to be some impacts left over, especially to our rivers. The North Fork of the Holston River from Surgoinsville up towards Hilton's, the Clinch River, Rye Cove, Duffield, Clinchport, that area, the Powell River around Jonesville and Pennington Gap. That'll eventually crest later tomorrow before those water levels go down. And the same thing can be said from Dungannon to St. Paul and Castlewood. This all along the Clinch River up towards Honaker, Rosedale, and Cleveland. And another river that we have to keep an eye on, the North Fork of the Holston around Saltville, where it's already flooded its banks up towards Hungry Mother State Park. And that's where we're still seeing some pretty heavy rain at this time. So my concern there is the potential for flash flooding overnight in parts of Smith County. A flash flood warning in effect until 2:15. Widespread rain continuing for the mountains of East Tennessee from Watauga Lake up towards Butler as you go up towards Doe Elementary, Mountain City towards Shady Valley, down 421 as you head towards Bristol, Tennessee. Again, the Earhart Campground facing significant flooding outside of BMS at just the worst timing possible with the race in town. Still some steady rain as you go towards Johnson City and Kingsport, but a little bit of a break from Greenville up towards Rogersville. That's at least better news than what we've had for most of the day today. Widespread rain in the meantime in Washington County, Virginia, Glade Spring, Chilhowie, Abingdon, as you go up towards Lebanon, Bolton, Hansonville, still seeing that heavy rain at times. Gate City seeing some steady rain as well. And we're going to see that for the next few hours. This low pressure system finally showing signs of moving off towards the east, and as it does so, we'll eventually take the moisture with it. But in the meantime, that moisture still kind of locked in by some cooler air that's pushing in off of the Atlantic. So as we go through the night, expect some breaks in the rain, but here we are around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and you still have some fairly widespread steady rain. Better chance of that is along and east of I-81. Heading through the day tomorrow, the more widespread moisture is going to be east of I-77 with still a few scattered showers in the area heading into tomorrow afternoon. But by and large, our chances of racing at least a little bit better as we go into tomorrow. The Food City 500 forecast temperatures in the 60s during the afternoon, and that's going to be the case west of the Appalachians. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s during the afternoon, mostly cloudy, but that colder air still being wedged in around Boone and around Merriam. Now, looking forward, I still want you guys to be weather aware, all right? Just because the weather calms down doesn't mean that the impacts are over. There will still be some flooding, even late tomorrow, perhaps into early Tuesday around those rivers. Have to watch out for a few scattered mudslides. We've seen reports of that, and road fatigue, where there's little sinkages or little cracks in the roads. That's especially going to be the case in the higher terrain of Southwest Virginia. Moving forward, though, things are looking at least a little better weather-wise. 70s on Tuesday. May see a leftover shower or two, but by Wednesday, temperatures topping out in the 80s, plenty of sunshine. We start to wring out a little bit, start to finally get some drier weather pushing in. A weaker cold front in no way comparable to the system we're seeing right now. That will move in Thursday and Friday, but then we really heat up by next weekend.
A big change up from this weekend.
Absolutely. So it'll take some time, but we'll get there.
All right. Thanks.
Track 5 weather team alerting you to severe weather danger.
About 5:45 now on your Good Friday. Hope you're having a great start to the morning. It is a calm start to the morning, both weather-wise and traffic-wise, as we're looking live on North State of Franklin. The interstates are probably going to get a little more dense as we go through the holiday weekend, but weather in the meantime is cooperating very nicely. It's 47 in Kingsport and Johnson City, 52 in Bristol, 55, the magic number in Abingdon and in Wise. With a clear sky overhead, no major weather systems threatening the area right now. Just a weak cold front that's kind of stalled out north of the area. That's going to continue to move north and allow for some of that warmer air to keep coming in over the course of not just this afternoon, but through the rest of your Easter weekend. And humidity levels are going to be pretty low. There's a reason why I bring this up. There's both bad news and good news. Let's start off with the bad news first, all right? As temperatures rise this afternoon, those humidity levels are going to drop. Not a good thing for pollen levels and just a downright terrible idea to do any burning on a day when you see these humidity levels in the 20th and 30th percentile, all right? We got some state restrictions in Tennessee and Virginia to be aware of, so make sure you're keeping that in mind today and the next few days. Good news, the low humidity, warm temperatures make for a very pleasant weather day. Mostly sunny with a cooler breeze out on the lake if you have the day off, with temperatures in the 70s on the water, but low 80s offshore. 83 in Kingsport and Johnson City, nearing a record high of 85 set back in 1938. 82 in Bristol, upper 70s in the higher elevations of northeast Tennessee and southwest Virginia. Plenty of sunshine to go around. May see a few puffy white cumulus clouds building up over the course of the day, with the better chance of that happening in the mountains. Very nice, calm evening for any of your plans if you're getting off of work. And then by 9 o'clock in the evening, looking at a pretty clear sky. Good news if you're a space nut like me and you want to check out the International Space Station flying over at 8:47 tonight. Just make sure that you're looking out towards the northwest for a good 6 minutes. You'll see it floating across the night sky, setting us up for a beautiful holiday weekend. May see a stray mountain storm on Saturday, otherwise partly cloudy, low humidity and warm. Same can be said on Sunday, though humidity levels will start to creep up later in the day Sunday with a breeze out of the southwest, and rain chances looking to be better later that you go on Easter Sunday. So rain chances fairly low through the afternoon. Late in the afternoon and up until about sunset, you may see a pop-up storm, but scattered showers looking more likely after sunset on Easter Sunday. So any kind of egg hunts or church services are looking good to go on Easter Sunday, with temperatures topping out near 80 degrees. Now, a cold front just kind of stalls out over the area Monday and Tuesday, and that's going to be a focal point for a few showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms both Monday and Tuesday. And because of that, the rain cooled air. There you have temperatures like 71 and 72. That front starts to lift back north of the area and once again allows for some warmer air to come in to end next week, with temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. At that point, we start to look towards the Food City 500 and race weekend forecast.
It's hard to believe race weekend is here, but you know that's up right after Easter, so.
Exactly. So we'll be keeping an eye on one weekend's weather at a time and see what comes. It's a relief after what we've had. You know, this weekend has been the coldest that we've had in nearly 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly felt
can
that.
sometimes change the volume in musical instruments like the drums. Usually water is dripping down from the Toms Creek Reservoir into the actual intake, but being that we've only seen rain 3 out of the past 27 days, that's not happening. In the news this morning, a Johnson City man accused of making bomb threats to local bars. Police say Claude Smith told employees at Newman's in downtown that he placed 4 pounds of explosives in the bar and that it would detonate in 24 hours.